There are so many CRMs out there right now. Some of them are pretty well known, some of them really aren't. Some of them are industry specific and some of them are customized to your business. So, how do you know which one is the right one for you? Well, watching this video is going to be a good place to start. Hey everyone, Ian Campbell here. I am CEO of Mission Suite. Before we jump into today's video, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you're notified every time that we post a new video. So it's been just over 10 years since I started Mission Suite, with the vision of making CRM and automation accessible for small and mid-sized businesses. Since then, I've worked with hundreds of business owners and sales teams to help them figure out how to choose the right CRM for them. Sometimes Mission Suite was the right answer, sometimes it wasn't. But helping those clients gave me a lot of insight into what you should really be looking for in a CRM for your business. So here are the 5 things that I recommend that people look for when they're choosing a CRM for their business or for their sales team. First things first, know what features you're looking for. CRMs have come a long way in the past 20 years, and the features that they offer can be pretty amazing, but they can also sometimes get a little overwhelming. So, like anything, I often recommend starting with the basics. What do you really need? And why are you going to be using a CRM in the first place? Make yourself a list about the need-to-haves, the want-to-haves, and the nice-to-haves, and then start evaluating the different options against that list. Now, any CRM that's worth its salt is going to be able to manage your contacts, your activities, and your sales opportunities, and that should always be a given. But will you be able to send emails from your CRM? Can you connect that CRM to your emails so that your email history shows up as activities? Maybe you want to be able to do a mass email to your entire database without having to also pay for a separate email marketing platform. Maybe you need to be able to create sign-up forms or automate emails and tasks based on specific trigger points. The list is going to be up to you. But all of these are things that you need to make sure you're reviewing when thinking about the features you want in your CRM. They all serve a specific purpose or a specific goal. So like I said earlier, make sure you know why you're implementing that new CRM and keep that in mind as you make that decision. Second, look for the ability to customize that CRM to your business. Like I said, there are a lot of CRMs out there, and as new CRMs have come up, a lot of them have been created in an attempt to serve the needs of a specific industry. Now, while I get the urge to use a CRM that seems like it might be tailored towards your needs, remember that you personally don't represent an industry. You represent your business. Your needs in a CRM could very easily vary greatly from the needs of someone else in your industry, so bear that in mind. Just because you're a manufacturer, it doesn't mean that the information that you need to collect, your sales process, or the way you track your business is the same as the manufacturer in the building next to yours. And the issue with a lot of these industry-focused CRMs is that they have a very limited capacity to be customized beyond what you get out of the box. And unless you want to change your business and sales process up to fit the way that the developer of that CRM thinks most people in your industry are managing their business, then you're going to want to find something else at least. Industry-specific CRMs can be a great thing as long as they're customizable. They can give you a great starting point to get your customizations going, but remember that it's just that, a starting point. Whatever CRM you choose, make sure that it can be customized to your needs, not someone else's. Next, look for how everything is integrated. Integration is a big deal, especially if you're going to continue to use other systems in addition to whatever CRM you choose. For example, let's say you're using Constant Contact to manage your email marketing efforts, but you want to know when one of the contacts in your CRM opens up an email. Well, you'd better be able to connect the two systems in order to make that happen, right? Integrations, they can happen a lot of different ways, but one of the ways that's most often talked about these days is through middleware tools like Zapier. It seems that just about every platform worth using these days can integrate with Zapier or something similar, making just about any of the software tools that you're using capable of integrating with one another. Now, that said, make sure that you know how you want them to integrate and ask that question, because the systems that you're using may not have the right triggers or actions to do what you need them to do. Again, this is something that you're going to want to make sure you address with your potential CRM provider. So tell me, are you using a CRM now? If you are, do me a favor, drop down and give us a like and let us know in the comments which one you're using. Next, think about pricing structure. I've talked at length about this on Facebook Live, on Mission Suite's blog, and plenty of other opportunities that I have, and I have to admit it's a bit of a soapbox for me. CRM pricing can be all over the place, so make sure that the pricing structure of the system that you're using is the right one for you. There are two main ways that CRMs are priced out these days. They're typically by user or by database size. The price per user CRM is probably the most common pricing structure at the moment, and it's pretty straightforward. Each user needs to have their own login to the system, and each login costs an extra X dollars per month. It can be anywhere from $12 per month to $300 per month, and possibly even much more, depending on the system. The problem here is that if you're trying to grow your team, this can get pretty expensive pretty quickly. If you have to pay $150 per user per month, for example, well, that makes taking out a risk on a new employee that much more questionable. And that's one of the reasons that I'm a big proponent of database pricing. For most businesses, it's significantly more cost effective. Now, there are obviously exceptions to that rule, but more often than not, it's what I've experienced. With the database pricing model, you're billed based on the number of contacts you're storing in your account, typically in some sort of a tiered structure, right? And the great thing about this model is that you can add as many users to your account as you need, and you won't need to pay extra for them until you level up to the next tier. Again, more often than not, this is going to save you a lot of money, so it's worth looking at and worth paying attention to. And finally, look for great support. One thing that I've learned from all these CRM accounts that I've set up over the past 10 years is that as easy as they may be, there will always be questions, and you will need to be trained on the system, how to use it, how to use new features, whatever the case may be. Beyond that, the way that your CRM looks when you first implement it is almost never the way that it looks 6 months to a year down the road. As you start using it, you're going to start to notice different things that you need, changes that should be made, and different ways that you might be using that CRM. You don't want to have to work through these needs with a chat bot or a community forum. It just doesn't work as well. And if that's something that you enjoy, that's one thing, but for most business owners and sales leaders, really it's the last thing that you're going to want to worry about. So find a CRM platform that offers really great training and support, and that one that does not charge for it. I can tell you firsthand that the only way that a CRM company survives is if their users keep using the platform. So shouldn't the CRM that you're using really act like they have a vested interest in you and your ability to use that CRM? So find a CRM partner that's not going to charge you to make sure that you can use their stuff. That's something that they really should be doing for free. So don't you wish you had some sort of a guide to help you all through this? Well, we actually created a CRM decision-making checklist, and it's going to help you as you go through that decision-making process. So click the link below and fill out the form, and you'll get access to that checklist that we use to help you make your decision. That's it for me today. I really hope you got something out of this video. If you did, do me a favor, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, maybe go give it a share so that others can see it too. That always helps us with the algorithm. And also, while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so that you're notified every time that we post new videos. And while you're at it, give these videos a glance too, and we're going to see you next time around. Cheers.